Sega challenges you with the ultimate video game, the Sega Master System, with twice as much memory
Dad?
as any other video game. Advanced video technology like scrolling backgrounds, graphics in 64 colors, digital sounds, and light phasers.
Fresh!
And you can add to the excitement with sports pads, control sticks, and the first video games ever in 3D.
Sega's the one.
The Sega Master System. The challenge will always be there.
Okay, so it's been quite some time since the last collection video series, and being that the monthly pickups, I don't really have time for that anymore, being that work has picked up. That is the real reason why these videos haven't come out quite so often, but the channel's still going well. Now we're moving on to the Sega Master System, which I really hope you guys enjoy. It's one of my favorite systems. It's quickly becoming the top, but nothing will ever quite meet PlayStation level. So, games that won't be covered will be Considine, Psycho Fox, and Wonder Boy and Monsterland, because they were already covered in a previous monthly pickup video. So if you want to see what my general thoughts are on those, go check out the, I believe it's May and June monthly pickup videos. So here's the Sega Master System, and I hope you guys really enjoy it. So the first Master System title I'm talking about here is Rambo, which is actually a balls-hard game, that's for sure. It does have two-player possibilities, but if any one of the players loses all their lives, it's game over. This is contrary to Contra. If one player loses his lives, then the other can still keep playing. This game also came out in Japan and Europe, but under two different titles because they couldn't have the Rambo license. In Japan it was known as Ashura, and in Europe and Australia it was called Secret Command, or Secret Commando. This game is a top-down shooter in which you can shoot in 5 different directions, left, right, and up in the 2 directions. However, if you start going down, that shoots up in the air, which on later levels you shoot helicopters and the like. So some other things that the game does that's just ramps up the difficulty a bit is while there is only one power-up available on the screen. So similar to what Metal Slug does, when you free a soldier or kill an enemy that drops an item, only one of them can drop one. So if you shoot a soldier, he drops an item, and then you save a soldier, he will just simply walk away because there's already an item on the screen. That makes the game just ramp up in difficulty even more, and luckily the North American version, it was toned down a bit because there's these flamethrower soldiers that you could originally only kill them with the bazooka or arrows, but in this case now you can shoot them with a regular shot in Rambo. Finally, you only get 3 lives to play this game, and you don't get an extra life until you complete each level. The power-ups are used to either increase the shots, your speed, or the amount of arrows you can hold, so even though it says 9, you can in fact pick up more. It's quite simple. The game's fun, but the difficulty just really makes it hard to just pick up and play. So this next one is called Gangster Town, and it's actually a light gun game developed and published by Sega in 1987. It's a really simplistic light gun game. It is what you think it is. But the task is, you're an FBI agent, and you're set to bring down this group of Prohibition-era gangsters. It's usually set in 2 different scenes. One's a car chase, which is actually really cool. You don't really see that in a lot of light gun games, even in general. And then you have set location levels such as a bar, for example. It's a lot of fun. You just pretty much just fight or shoot all the enemies on the screen, and you get points. And depending on what points you get, you could get a featured bonus level with a boss battle as well. There's also a target practice mode so you can get the hang of the game, but really it's a simple pick up and play. In my case here, I have to give credit where credit's due. I am rubbish at this game, and I actually couldn't beat it. The credit specifically goes to Talbot1939 for beating this, and it's done exceptionally well. I don't know how long this person must have played the game for, but the fact that they pretty much obviously knew where every enemy was going to be, and the quick reaction speed is pretty much what you need to beat this game. The fact that you can kill an enemy and then kill his ghost was exceptionally satisfying, and the part where you can shoot out the back window of the car is just one of the many highlights to this game. I do recommend it as a light gun game. So this one is actually a combined title. Hang On and Astro Warrior. First, Hang On is an arcade port. It's a very successful arcade game. And it features you on a motorcycle, much like Formula 1, but in this case, the motor circuit. And you're in that perspective, and you change the gears going up and down, and you just try and stay on the course as long as possible, and you build up your score. I can't tell you how many times I've had fun just challenging my friends to just, hey, beat my score. It was great. The game ends when the time runs out, and it's very simple. The game also contains many sponsorships and you'll see it on the billboard, such as Bridgestone, Shell, Tag, John Player's Special Cigarettes, something we definitely wouldn't see today in today's game. This game is incredibly fun, and it's very simple. Great pick up and play. The next game is Astro Warrior. Now this game, when I was searching for something, I didn't want the typical cart. This one seemed right up my alley. It's a top-down shooter, and it's actually really fun and really simplistic. It's one of the shooters that is pick up and play, you don't die constantly. You can probably make it through the first level without dying, no matter how terrible you are, like myself, at shooters. It actually has a story in which you can read from the manual, something about this alien force or something invading. Basically, just kill everything that isn't you and destroy the mothership at the end. You're destroying essentially an invading force. It has 3 levels, and the enemies actually go in different attack variances and patterns. The stages have no obstacles though, hence why it's a lot easier, and the power-ups are generated similar to the style of Gradius, where it goes in and out of speed and different power-ups. However, once you die, all your power-ups are lost, and that kind of gives the game a little bit of difficulty. I do recommend Hang On and Astro Warrior as the games themselves. It's a must-have for a Master System owner. So here's another game that is a must-have for the Master System. Outrun. Plain and simple, although it is an arcade port, but that's okay. It is done extremely well, and it only gets better with every port. On the Master System in particular, this is one of the best games listed of all time. It's noted for the innovation of the hardware, including the cabinet, so the graphics and music that they were able to put on the Master System is amazing. You're in this third-person racing perspective, and very similar to what Hang On does, you do the same in this. You pretty much just drive the car, hopefully you don't crash into a tree or flip the vet or whatever you are, and just you keep going until time runs out. There's even this little hot chick in the car next to you, so you're like, hey, I get to do this. The player must race to the end of each stage as fast as possible so you can extend that time limit while avoiding the traffic, hence, don't flip your vet. You are then presented with a fork in the road, and then you get to choose between these branching paths. Very cool. Hang On does nothing like that. The right side provides a greater challenge, while going to the left is a little bit easier for more pick up and play. So it really gets you to try out 2 different games, respectively. Please play Outrun, get Outrun. It's a must-have for the Master System. The final game is one of my favorite on the Master System, called Fantasy Zone 2: The Tears of Opa Opa. And for those of you who don't know, the little ship named Opa Opa is actually a Master System mascot. And this is a cute-em-up, side-scrolling shooter, but unlike other shooters, this indefinitely repeats the level until you destroy all the primary targets. Then you are able to warp to the other area to travel between the zones, and then you are finally met with fighting a boss. Now, fun things about this game is you can hit the bottom and walk, because Opa Opa has little legs. What's not fun is the fact that it's one-hit kill, and it is balls hard. Fantasy Zone 1 was hard, Fantasy Zone 2 brings tears to your eyes, hence the title. You have 2 attacks, a fire and a bomb, and that's pretty much it. You get your points / coins, and you're able to then go to a shop that'll pop up every now and again and buy your upgrades. So that's really cool. And as you play the game, you get better at knowing what upgrades to buy and when. I highly recommend getting Fantasy Zone 2. It does go for a little bit of a steep price, but it's well worth it for a Master System owner, and any fan who enjoys a good shooter. So that was video 1 of the Sega Master System collection. There aren't a lot of these. I have about 20 so games for the Sega Master System, so these will come out a little bit quicker. It was a lot easier to make these videos. I hope you guys look forward to the rest of the collection videos, and if you want us to play any of these games, for example, Psycho Fox, we will definitely play them eventually for Moosen Spiel. I hope you guys look forward to the next one as much as I do.